Hey guys, and welcome back to Cooking for the Missus. Today's video we're going to be making a homemade lasagna. This one is going to be absolutely delicious. Real simple ingredients for this. There is a full list of ingredients in the description below, but basically we're going to be using some celery, some garlic, some tomato paste, got some dried herbs, again in the description below guys, one whole onion, 2 carrots diced up, olive oil as always, and then we're going to be using 2 different meats for this one. So we're going to be using minced beef and minced pork. A little bit of salt and pepper, and 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. Then you do a little jig and a little subscribe dance. So with your meat, what we're going to do first, we're going to brown this meat off. So with a little tiny bit of olive oil in a pan. What the idea is to obviously break the meat up into little tiny pieces. So the beef is there for the body of the meat, for the sauce. And the pork's there just to give it a little bit of fat. So when you're frying this beef and the pork off, you will have to cook it for quite a while so that all the fat renders and you end up with no oil left over in the pan. It's going to take a good 5 to 6 minutes to brown off. And like I say, what it will do then is it will start to release all the oil and the fat. Don't worry about that, it will disappear eventually. Season that up with some salt and some pepper. So then what you're going to do is add the rest of the ingredients in there. So in goes the garlic, in goes the onion, in goes the carrot, in with the celery, all your dried herbs, and then give that a good fry. Then you realise, like I do, that your pan isn't nearly big enough, so we go for a fancy little pan swap later. If I was you guys, I'd recommend to, start it in this pan and not change halfway through like I do. So we're going to fry all these ingredients off until the onion's softened. Then in goes the tomato paste. Followed by the chopped tomatoes. Give that a really good stir together. Now what you want to do is you want to cook this, the longer the better. It wants at least an hour, but you could go anything up to 4 hours. It will just intensify the flavour and make it more succulent and beautiful. So next up, get yourself a hard bottomed pan. So this is where we're going to make our bechamel cheese sauce. I prefer my lasagna with cheese sauce. You could just do it with white sauce. Exactly the same ingredient, just don't add any cheese. That's a whole nutmeg. You've got a tablespoon of butter, followed by the same amount of flour. I've got some fresh Parmesan or Reggiano and about a litre of milk. So first thing you want to do, chuck your butter into the pan. Once that's started to melt, that's when you're going to add your flour. Give that a good stir and mix together for a couple of minutes. You want to cook the flour, and this is what's known as a roux. So once you've got a nice sloppy sauce at the bottom, what you want to do is just add a little tiny bit of your milk, probably about a quarter of it. This is just to combine it and make sure there's no lumps in the sauce. Add the rest of your milk in. You're going to want to cook this for 5 to 6 minutes, but you'll know when it's done because it will go nice and thick and gnarly. Just remember to keep stirring it because you don't want it to burn to the bottom of the pan. A good seasoning of salt and pepper. Then your nutmeg, you're going to want to grate in about half. Nutmeg tastes absolutely beautiful in this sauce. You'll be surprised the difference it makes. So once your sauce is thickened, I say it's had a good 5 to 6 minutes of cooking. Now you're going to want to add a good handful of your cheese. I'm using a red Leicester cheese. It works just as well with a mature cheddar. Stir that together till the cheese is melted, and then you want to grate in about a handful of your fresh Parmesan or Reggiano. Sound posh when I do that, makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about. Really, it's just Parmesan cheese. So then we're going to mix that together as well to make sure that's nice and melted, and that's your cheese sauce done. Easy as that. Now for this recipe you can use the packet lasagna sheets if you like, but I've got some fresh pasta sheets that I've made myself. If you want to learn how to make pasta, I have made a video of it before, so just click on the link up here and it will take you straight to it. So with your lasagna dish, this is how you build a lasagna. So I like to do it, I start off with a few ladles of your Ragu sauce. Followed by a few ladles of your cheese sauce. Then a layer of pasta sheets. Literally all you do then is just rinse and repeat. I like to finish mine with a layer of Ragu, a layer of cheese sauce, and that's when I know it's finished. So literally just keep rinsing and repeating these steps until your dish is nice and full. So this is the final layer that I've got on now then. So on goes the Ragu sauce. Closely followed by the last few ladles of cheese sauce. Then a good sprinkling of your cheese over the top. And just to finish it, a nice final grating of Parmesan cheese on the top. You're going to want to put this into the oven for about, I'd say 45 to 60 minutes at the most on 180 degrees. You'll know when it's done because it'll come out all gnarly and black on top and it'll be absolutely delicious. Well, that's this recipe guys, thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel to become part of the family. And I'll see you in the next video.